Good morning. Thank you for watching Southern Living Homestead. Today I am actually going to get outside and work a little bit on the garden. It is nice and sunny out, a little windy, but I need to seize that moment that it's not raining and actually get some stuff done. So in the meantime, while I'm outside, I actually started some bread in the bread machine, some gluten-free bread. I pulled out soup from the freezer, and actually one of the cupcakes we made for Valentine's as well for my son as a treat, because who could resist? They look really good and I know he'll want one. So all right, so let's go on outside.
My daughter and I walked outside that morning so I could take her to school, and we found this amazing gift from my neighbor. We're so grateful. I'm really glad that I started the bread in the bread machine and also pulled the soup out of the freezer for dinner tonight. It will definitely make things a lot easier instead of making a whole new meal from scratch and working on the yard. Pulling out any little weeds that I see before I add more soil to the top. Just want to make sure that I get everything that I can before I do that.
It is really windy out here today. We have quite a bit of soil to get distributed that my neighbor brought over. So try to get that done. I've been wanting to get out here sooner, but it's just been so either cold or raining, or we have some activity going on with the kids. This garden bed tends to have a lot of roots. That one I'll cut with something.
This garden bed I actually took our tail to because there was too many roots growing through it that I wanted to get it to where I could really pull them out and make the soil nice and loose for the plants going into it.
See, worms. Definitely good for the garden. Buddy, you want to see a worm?
Coming. Oh, that's the baby one.
Here, come over on this side so you can see it.
I see that. I saw it.
Found some worms in the garden bed.
Oh, that's the mommy one.
Is the mommy one? This definitely means that's good soil.
You have to
Good
find.
nutrients in there.
You have to find a baby one.
The baby one?
There's still a baby one.
Yeah.
I love when I get to get outside with the kids and they get to run around and play while I get to work in the garden. It was very windy out. My son was running after his umbrella. I have decided for this garden bed I'm going to plant broccoli and onions. Broccoli and onions are companion plants, so that's why I decided to grow these here.
See, isn't it nice out here today?
What?
It's nice out today, huh?
Onions improve broccoli's flavor when planted near it, so I'm really excited to see how this turns out. In the past, I had planted broccoli and Brussels sprouts here, and they did amazing because we get a great amount of sun right here in the spot.
Because I don't want to worms. That would be crazy, right?
This is my first year trying grow bags, so I've heard wonderful things about it. Also, I like how inexpensive they were compared to the other pots that I have. So this will be really neat to see how this turns out. I like that I can easily move them around to locations that get more sun. I have 6 or 7 10-gallon grow bags, and I also have 2 100-gallon grow bags. I have not figured out the location for them yet throughout the yard, but I'm excited to use the larger ones, and I think I might plan using the 100-gallon grow bags for corn this year, so we'll see how that turns out. This wood garden bed here is new. I had one here not too long ago, but the wood rotted completely, so we needed a new one. I will plant zucchini and summer squash in this area again, and I have decided to not line the garden bed because I have read so many things that the wood has changed, and also just trying to cut down on cost instead of lining the garden bed with a liner. So yes, a zucchini and summer squash will go in the wood long garden bed. While I was weeding, I found some of my children's little fairy garden gnome collections that they love to place around the garden once things are planted. So it's really interesting when you can find them really deep in the dirt of the pots. So they'll be placing them around once the plants are planted this year. The wagon of soil is almost emptied, and I'm still trying to figure out the other locations for other things, what to plant in the pots, what will do well in certain areas due to sunlight, also making sure that the other plants don't get shaded from other plants. The pot here that I dumped the soil in, I have planted spaghetti squash there in the past, and it's really neat seeing it go up the trellis, so I might do that again this year. There are 2 long garden beds in the back that I am going to make some trellises to plant the cucumbers so they can vine up them. I have done that in the past for one of the long garden beds in the back, but this year I am extending the other one to as well for cucumbers. Bed that I am dropping the soil in, that's the extended area for cucumbers for garden bed number 2. Last year I had tomatoes in there, but I'm really excited to have cucumbers in 2 areas because we do a lot of canning and we go through quite a bit of pickles. The kids really like it. My husband loves them. I'm excited. The wagon is finally emptied, and now it's time to take it back to my friends. There's still so much to get done for the garden, trellises to make, another garden bed to make with the extra wood, figure out the locations for the grow bags, get my onions and broccoli planted, which I definitely will be looking into onion sets and broccoli that's already grown. You got those muscles, buddy? Look at you go. Look at you go. Now that we're done outside, it's time to go inside and check on the bread. He is definitely my future little gardener. He loves helping me out whenever we are outside. The gluten-free bread is done and it smells amazing. I definitely have a new hairdo from how windy it was outside, but the updo will go. I cannot wait to make grilled cheese tonight with gluten-free bread. The boys are relaxing. My youngest is taking a nap. The other one is watching some TV and having a snack. Enjoying that cupcake, actually, that I pulled out earlier for him to have when we got done gardening. It smells really good. I like the texture of it. I'm going to let it cool before I go ahead and cut into it. So I'm going to give it about an hour to 2 hours for it to cool. It's been 2 hours. The bread is finally cooled down and I am able to cut into it. I really liked how it cut. The texture inside looks really nice and fluffy. I'm going to go ahead and cut a few more slices up and get them ready for tonight. The gluten-free bread turned out super, super good. Nice and fluffy, great texture. I'm going to have to show you guys how I made this bread. Taking the bread and making grilled cheese with it, it was super easy and I really like how it tasted. It paired well with the turkey soup. Thank you for watching Southern Living Homestead, and I hope you guys have a great day, and watch out for another video of me making gluten-free bread in the bread machine.